Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Mike's 4-2. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Packers 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a first and 10 at their own 21. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
First down.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Hey, watch Sam.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying, we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
And 9 at the Vikings 49-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on. You better bring it.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's it, baby.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
No. 319.
Mike's 5-4. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers steps away to his left. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. And he had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Rodgers. And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, who is this guy? He's special. And he said, dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the ball. Check. Sponge.
Hey, Ringo 48.
No. Hey, check
61. Matchbox.
Now a run with Cook. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
24-yard gain on the play.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down.
Draw play. Cousins to Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Cook again, the ball carrier.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
To Dalvin Cook.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Hey, can.
Check
3.
three.
X3. 218, chopper.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
First and 10 at the 37.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Geronimo Allison, incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Let's keep moving. Converge. Hey, check Mike. Watch 85. Watch the run.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
These guys take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates in a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They check it to 10. Hey. It's lonely on top of the throne.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Yellow. 180.
Two. It's our field.
Attack.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Check.
From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris.
Charles Harris there on the stop.
Go.
2 yards on the pickup.
From the 45 on second down, Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Hatch it. Check nickel.
15.
Now here's Mahomes. Flush to him, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football, because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. On the move to his left. He is going to find Hill here. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. Undercrush.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Bump. Kill.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Check 53. 80. Check Mike, check Mike.
Running from the shotgun with Drake. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Kenyon Drake on the carry.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Right there.
Buzz.
54 Mike.
3rd and long here for Rosen. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that one goes out of bounds, and let's see here. They're going to walk this back to the 40-yard line. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's Kelsey on the grab. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yellow.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Finish him. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we come to you from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway in Southern California. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Set. Block 15.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Nice.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Red. 12.
Pick the edge.
6-6. Bullet high.
Check 43. Check 9, check 9.
Hey, Rip.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
12.
Watch the shift, watch the
Wait, 89.
Gordon. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Gordon. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Watch the out. Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Gordon on first down. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
You can't block me.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So that'll back them up 5.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. This is fielded at the goal line. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Wide eight.
58's the mic. Man, I got you.
Here we go, 47.
Peek the edge.
Watch twist. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go, G.
Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That's how we do, D.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Get him.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Yes, Mike. Let's go, baby. We need turnover. Let's get that ball. Get that.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Oh, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 29 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on 4th down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it. And the best part, they made it pay off.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Bears take over.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. 48's the mic. I'm trying to collect. Shift. Check 52.
Protein spill.
Switch. Kill.
Hey, wahoo.
Watch the shift.
Hit it.
On 1st and 10, Daniel. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow.
Let's go.
A huge play there for Chicago. 53 yards.
Chicago.
Let's go.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Get it.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Daniel. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, Chuck. It away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
48.
Red, up.
48 Mike. Don't get nervous. 48.
Go.
Hey, let's get in them holes. Mike, 48.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Mike to 59.
1st and 10 at the 49.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Pollard.
Check 26, check 26.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Elliott. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Cowboys 14, Bears 3. Brett Maher to kick off for Dallas.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. They'll set up the screen with Davis. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Trubisky will throw. Going up top.
Tight, watch left.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. Here's Austin. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 10 yards.
3 down.
That's another
Slam.
A first down carry by Elliott. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
16 yards, a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Cowboys 28, Bears 3.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Championships, baby. Mike's 5'4",
Here's Trubisky. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. Lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Watch twist. Kill.
Elliott running right. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Mike, 48. Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Here we go. Hey, alert 48.
Now Trubisky to throw.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 72 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead.
31. Bears 10. Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Check 25.
This is Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
59, Mike to 59. Too little, Cupcake.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
All day. Pick it.
Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick now as this one's in the air.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fresh off the pick six. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Army, Army. Army, Army.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Push him back. Push him.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. Caught by Cobb. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they'd place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Check. Check.
Red,
49, check 49. Hey, high 7.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Eluding the press, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Buying time to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
58's Mike. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Bang!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The kick by Marr is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears get a bit closer.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. The 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 10, Trubisky. It's complete. It's Miller. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. Able to find Shaheen here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Let's go, defense. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Defense. Hey, here we go.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And that's Elliott, complete.
Prescott's pass.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
After the interception, here's Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I got power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I better kill them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet.
We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Focus, defense, focus.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles.
Go. It's run.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey.
57. Pick it up, guys.
Oh, it's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard 36 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
The kick is
On paper coming in, you'd say that these guys are the better team by far, and they sort of showed their superiority there on the opening drive.
Yeah, they came in the heavy favorite in this game, and even though they're on the road, they just wiped it away, didn't they? They've just said to everyone, we're the better team. We just showed it to you on this opening drive, and we expect to do it all game long.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end. Zone for a touchback.
their own 25-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
No, 53 is the mic.
Hey, Orbit.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Darnold from the gun. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Yeah, let's get a sack line.
Mike.
Bravo.
53, Mike. No lady. I'm coming.
Pilot, 64.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
53 is the mic.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, exit.
Mike, number 53.
Again, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 3-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now Howard.
Check 99.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Come on,
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Go. Watch the safety creep.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the 1st.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Jets 0. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touch, Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Bell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold, a screen to Bell. And they'll get this down to the 10. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Let's go.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. On 1st down, Darnold looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he's got this down to the 35. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
57. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, seam 6.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing is Wentz. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved. You've learned how to play it the Madden way.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Darnold on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Under crunch. Red Eddie. Under crunch. Kill.
Back to throw, Darnold. Got some room at the 30. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll be out right at the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume at 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here we go.
Throwing on second and long. Darnold, and the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack. Third and long, it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And how about this? Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it.
Who that? Hey, Mike 50. Hey, Echo. Watch QB drop. Watch QB.
Now they snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down way back.